Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Get him! Tight dog.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 36-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
57's mine. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
First carry for Peyton Barber. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Big series right here. We got to step back.
Now it's Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Darnold keeps it, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go. Watch the pass.
Now Bell. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Escaping the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm going from back to
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right. Comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now it's Crowder.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
watch the screen.
Darnold. A screen to Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
It's just me and you.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got the hook up to Lazard. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Bills on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Crowder now to return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, son. 149. I got it. Watch tight end.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Darnold. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. He's going to look, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just went, oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you put in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Third and 2, Darnold. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Third quarter starts with a run by Barber. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Jackson looking to throw on third. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he's got it complete to Anderson. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Daniel Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson and the grab by Croft. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Bills send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Bell. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Bell. He finds an opening past the 40. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way down to the 5. It's a big run that time by Bell. Give him 69 yards on the ground. So you got the lead here in the 2nd half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run again with Cannon. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Trenton Cannon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock.
Fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to. He's marked down at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And here
because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Let's play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right. They have had no. He's got Snead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll run with Hill, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Jackson now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Barber on 1st and 10. He's come in for the stop. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Check three. You gonna yell, lady?
To throw is Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Check Mike.
They'll run with Barber. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 57.
They'll run with Barber. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Peyton Barber with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
I got you, son.
This will be a jet sweep to Crowder.
I got you, boy.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On the catch, it's Crowder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
Le'Veon Bell, a It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ready, 60 yards. Check, 53's right. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jets, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.